Welcome, fight fans, to Boxing Autopsy. And today's is for our December issue, I guess, or whatever you'd call it. Installment, whatever. The big hubbub is about the Tyson Fury and the guy from Ukraine. He sounds like a country in Urusk or something. Anyway, him and Fury's going to get it on in Riyadh down there in Saudi Arabia in the sands of the desert. But we have several stories on that. And the first story that we're going to look at is going to be, first story, Oscar de la Pollo, or Hoya, whatever he calls himself, bought Ring Magazine for about $7 million. I think it was, I'm going to jump ahead of this stuff. Let's go to the story. So we have big Oscar Mayer there, Oscar de la Hoya, selling it to this sheik here. He's a prominent guy in boxing. I mean, at least in Saudi Arabia anyway, as far as mover and a shaker, in the boxing world. So we have Oscar and the sheik. Sorry for the pop-ups. So I have to do live stuff. Anyway, so the sheik here, it says he bought it for $10 million to this Turkey Allah sheik. And you see his name a lot. He's a lot on this boxing stuff. He's basically the chairman, as it says right here, of the Saudi General Entertainment Authority. And he bought it for $7 million about 17 years ago. And it really hasn't improved any. It's really got worse, in my opinion. They don't even do the magazine anymore. They do this digital crap. You can't get, and they should have access to the Ring archives, which you can't. They claim that you do, but you can't really ever get anybody to help you find it if it's there. And if you're doing research like I do, you can never find anything on their site. If anybody knows, drop me a comment. I haven't been able to. But anyway, so Ring's going to be under foreign hands here. The offer from Tursk was an offer that I could not refuse. It is in great hands. He means the money. I strongly feel that Turkey Alishka, because of his love for the sport, is going to continue to grow the brand and make sure that Ring Magazine continues to thrive, grow, and give fans the best. That remains to be seen. I can't imagine anything better happening until it's probably close to dead, or maybe I guess it's finally dead, for lack of a better.
Next.
Oops. So that's our first story. And then we also had the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fiasco. We had, I don't know if anybody ever saw this. We had a fight. Where, I mean, I knew that it wasn't going to be anything. I was going to buy it just to see if, the main reason for buying that fight is that you hope that maybe Tyson gets triggered and he decapitates Paul with a left hook, or hits him with a body punch and knocks his spleen out, But none of that happened. Tyson pretty much was coming off a really bad illness. He nearly died. They said he had to change blood from him or something. His blood of the blood, he had to change it out because it would have killed him. And he somehow lived through it, and then he trained back, and then was able to fight in it. But it didn't look inspired. And I don't know if you saw this thing from Twitter, but there was a segment in the fight where Tyson was coming in on him, and then he there's what's his name was Paul was wide open, and he goes like this, and he could have just clocked him, and then he pulls his hand back. So either his shoulder went out, or he thought, "Oops, I'm getting off the script here. I better not hit the goose." He didn't want to hit the goose that laid the golden eggs. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to try to find that from Twitter. I had it. Okay, I don't know if you had a chance to see this. Turn that hideous music off. I don't know if any of you had a chance to see this, but I mean, that's what it looks like. You know, he was going to clock him. He's he's wide open. I'm going to knock him out. You knock him into the third row, even at 60 years old or whatever he is. But it's quite obvious, you know. It's almost like Paul wanted him to hit him. So, you know, that kind of tells you what that's all worth, you know. So that was our second story. Again, I didn't really see any reason to get it unless you're hoping Tyson like decapitated him because he got mad, he got triggered. He had like a Vander Holyfield moment where he just went off the script and just, you know, waylaid him, you know, but he didn't, you know. And Paul did kind of like not go after him either, but I wouldn't call it carrying him. It's just like you don't go close to the lion, you know. Yeah, maybe the lion's old and maybe it could hurt it, but if that lion catches you, that's it. And I think that's why Paul they just stayed on the script and got their money, collected their 200 million or whatever, and lived to fight another day. Okay, so now getting back to our buddy Tyson Fury and Mr. Urusk, I can't say his name anymore. Okay, well, this is a kind of a crazy story. I don't know if you ever heard it, but they're saying if Tyson Fury wins, I don't know about if he loses, but this was a match that was lurking in the background. I don't know if anybody remembers this guy, good old Vladimir Klitschko, the guy he won the title from. Personally, I didn't think that Klitschko lost to him, but Tyson Fury has improved a lot. When I saw him fight, I don't know if you remember this guy, Vlad the Impaler, Vladimir Klitschko, very underrated heavyweight, I think. I think he's right up there near the top. But when I first watched this fight, Fury was like really awkward and clumsy and uncoordinated to me. He looked, and I don't really think he won. You know, he kind of like ran around and made it somewhat close. But you have to beat the title holder, in my opinion. And Fury didn't do that, but he got the win. And I don't know if anybody remembers, but then he had this some kind of a mental illness or something supposedly, and the rematch never happened. And Fury moved on, and then Klitschko went to lose a tough fight with Joshua, and that was pretty much it. But there was this story, I think, in the beginning of the week that Klitschko was going to be fighting him because he wanted to break George Foreman's record, and be part of history, and the article kind of claimed that Fury wasn't opposed to it. But then, I think a couple of days ago or just lately, they had this article. So Fury responds with this tidbit. Okay, so Fury basically basically goes through the history here. Fury fought him in 2015, and then it's been 8 years since Klitschko fought, since losing to Joshua. And then he's gonna say what his opinion is. Okay, Fury says, I don't really buy all that about beating George Foreman record. He's coming back for money. Basically says that he's coming back because if he was coming back for just the title, he would fight somebody lesser. But of course, the big money, of course, that he argues comes from fighting him, right? That's probably the biggest money out there. So basically, now keep in mind, Klitschko's 48, so 10 years younger than Fury. I mean, I personally think that I think he thinks it's not worth it, and I think he's a little afraid of him. I mean, even though he's 48, I think he's afraid of him because I don't think he really beat him the first time. And why, there's not really a good outcome for him if he wins. They'll say he beat up some old guy, and boxing just had some of that with the whole Mike Tyson thing. So I think has the right call for career-wise, but I mean, I would just take the money anyway. I think he could beat him, but maybe he's not so sure himself. And then we have, what is Urusk going to do? I'll say his name probably 10 different ways. But what the Ukrainian dude is going to do, once he's done. Now, I heard a real bizarre. Well, first you heard that he was retiring and that he was done after this. He might go to play soccer or something. There was a rumor that he was going to go play soccer, or he was thinking about going to play soccer. Now he claims he's going to fight, but who he's going to fight is the really bizarre thing.
Ninja Turtles in Hero Wars. The legendary RPG Hero Wars welcomes new heroes to the battlefield.
Great to see you both. How are you feeling now Fight Week is underway, especially...
Okay, so here's an interview, I guess, a little interview that happened recently with Urusk and what he's going to do. And here comes that little clip of, again, what Urusk says he's going to do now if he does win. Okay, here it comes.
Great to see you both. How are you feeling now Fight Week is underway, especially with the fact that you are 1-0 up against Tyson Fury?
We have to do the translator.
I feel good. Enough.
This goes back to
I
Duran.
asked you this already off camera, but is this a fresh start for you? That the first fight really means nothing in the context of the fight. So is this round 1 again on Saturday, or is this round 13?
Питав тебе раніше, чи для тебе це продовження, чи новий крок? Почнеться бій з першого раунду, чи з 13-го?
I hope nobody speaks Ukrainian here.
13th round. Because I feel like this.
We saw that great clip that was put out last night from Turkey, Al Sheikh, where you were all on the phone together, yourself, His Excellency, and Tyson Fury, and he said, "You're ruining my plans. I want a trilogy, White Rabbit." Are they going to get that trilogy, or does this end on Saturday night as 2-0?
No, I
going to say I'm going to lose.
Second fight,
And we can have the trilogy.
Yeah.
People have said this could be your last fight if you go 2-0. There's nothing else to achieve, but I wonder if there is still some motivation to go on and
Nothing to achieve.
More things in the sport.
There's a lot of guys to
Люди
fight.
кажуть, що це останній поєдинок, коли ми тебе побачимо. Після того, як ти виграєш Тайсона, вже не буде чого досягати в ринку.
I'm trying in cruiserweight again.
Is that real? That you would go undisputed cruiserweight, undisputed heavyweight, undisputed cruiserweight? You can do that?
Yeah, I try.
Okay, well, I'm not going to tell you can't. I mean, I'm not stupid.
Well, he's going to be
before I
stupid.
let you go.
There's no good
Round
money
9,
down there.
Fury has said, you should have got me and knocked me out when you had the chance. Do you believe that you can knock him out this time? Does that matter? Win at all costs? Or can you get to him and finish this inside the distance?
Ф'юрі казав, що в 9-му раунді ти мав закінчити мене. Як ти вважаєш, цього разу ти зможеш підібратись до нього і завершити цю справу?
Listen, Tyson Fury too have a chance in the 6th round, maybe 7th round, maybe 12, 11, first, second, but Tyson not do it. It's just разговор, it just talks. Tyson say, I have chance. Yeah, no problem. We have second fight. I'll try.
You've got 12 more rounds, exactly. Thank you very much for joining us. You've got a lot of media commitments, so I'm going to let you go. But loads of build-up this week on Sky Sports News and across all of our platforms. But of course, you can watch it live on Sky Sports Box Office this coming Saturday.
Andri.
Thank you very much. Best of luck.
Couple of chuckles there. So yeah, that sounds insane. So he's gonna drop down to cruiserweight. Why? For what? Like nobody cares about the cruiserweight title, even the cruiserweights. So I mean, he could fight bigger people up there. I guess I don't know why. Maybe he wants to not fight somebody that could punch hard. You know, as he that's he's I guess he's looking for an easier fight. But maybe it's just a ploy to try to get more money. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. He's either running from somebody or he's trying to, get himself some more money. And there's some other stories here. Then we have this kind of human interest story here. We have Fury and Urusk after the first fight. And, the angle of the story is that the mics overheard him, Fury calling him his brother, basically, because they're both Christians, right? And they also, something like this. He says, "You're a strong man and a very good boxer. Very good, my brother in Christ." So I can't imagine him saying that much while he's fighting. I mean, what's Urusk doing there? Just standing there listening to him? It might have been in pieces. I can't imagine him saying this in a whole sentence. Good work. You're a strong man and a very good boxer. Very good, my brother in Christ. I don't know. Maybe it must have been piecemeal and they just put it together. Also, then they offered to take him to dinner or something. Like after the fight, they were talking about, Urusk coming over to England or Fury going over there to Ukraine. But, that never happened, of course. But then we have our little human interest story. And I guess you can see it on Dan's for $24.99. But I might do this one. I don't know. I'll tell you my prediction later. But I may get it. The whole watch party thing must be kind of rough for people. People will do it, but I don't get it. But I could try to do it, I guess. People standing around telling them what happened in the fight. And another story that we had. And then the last story we got. The last story for the presentation is going to be we got various predictions. We have Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, and more predict who's going to win. Okay, so first we got is, there's kind of an interesting picture there. Mike Tyson. Tyson says, Urusk is the best heavyweight in the world at the moment, but I ain't going to say Fury beat him. Why? Because I'm a fan. Because my father gave him my name. I'm not abandoning him now. So Tyson looks like he's strictly going on a loyalty basis, not so much based on their abilities. Sorry about the pop-ups. And then we got Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis, a real nice guy. I don't think he was just. I really like him as a person, his personality, but as a fighter, I really don't think he was that great. I mean, he lost to oh God, what was that guy's name? Oliver McCall, and then some other guy he lost to. When you lose to people that bad, you can't be one of the greats. Okay. Anyway, I love this guy as an announcer and as a personality. But he goes, so anyway, here's Lennox Lewis. I cannot go again. Urusk has proven himself time and time again. He's still undefeated. It really comes down to who boxes the best, who is smart in the ring. I don't think Tyson Fury was smart in the first fight. True. I think he played around a bit too much and allowed Urusk to pile up the points. Urusk is a difficult opponent. He moves all the time. He's always throwing punches. He's in great shape and is hard to beat. Still remains to see whether he can really take a punch, though. I've really seen him tested yet. He's good at evading a lot of the punches. I haven't really seen him really get nailed. But Joshua says, Anthony Joshua, the guy just beat him. I think it's going to be a tough fight early on, and then I feel like Urusk will edge in again. He's a class operator, and I feel like Ursuk's one of the best out there. That's why I think he'll win. And Daniel Dubious, or Dubois, as he may call himself, I'm still backing Fury. I hope our man does it. Urusk is capable. Fury should jump on him and smother him. Fury is a slick boxer, but I'm sure it'll be a great fight, and I'll be out there calling on to fight the winner. So he kind of makes kind of a generic kind of backing of Fury, because I think he'd rather an older Fury than Urusk. I think Urusk already bet him, I think, from what I remember. So yeah, I'm sure he wants Fury. So that's some of the predictions of the experts out there, and the betting odds is something like okay. So I think the odds are Urusk gets like it's minus 125 because I think it went up since the last time I saw it. So that's four to 5 if you're doing the old kind of odd style. So if you bet 125, that means you'll win 225. So you get 100 if you bet 125. So it makes basically 225. And also for Fury, it's 125 plus. So that's 5 to 4. So that means you get $4 for every 5. For every $4. For Fury, it's 125. That's 5 over 4. That means you get every $4 you bet, you get 5. So in Fury's case, you bet 100, then you get an additional 125 or 225. So that's the odds. Now there's an undercard there. Can I move this over a little bit here? Looks like we got Moses Itwama against Dennis Dempsey McCain. And I don't know if you've heard about this 19-year-old guy, Moses Itwama, whatever. He's 10-8, 8 KOs, and he's going to return to action against an Australian guy, Dempsey McCain, 22-1, 14 KOs. So I guess we'll see what happens. Kind of a coming out party here. And then the next one we got is Johnny Fisher. Now, all those guys are heavies, by the way. And this guy, Johnny Fisher, is 12-0. And we got the trail horse, I guess, Dave Allen. Now, Fisher's an up-and-coming guy. They said he destroyed this Alex Babbitt or something. He's also won against Jake Darnell and Arnie Belletta, but he did lose to Frazier Clark, this trail horse guy. The Rumford Bull will seemingly start fast as he has done previously And if Alan can use his experience to survive, he could drag his opponent into uncharted water. So that's the drama of the whole thing. And then we got Peter McGrill. Then we have Isaac Lowe versus Lee McGregor. Let's see, McGregor is 14-1 with 11 KOs. Lowe's on his second appearance at Riyadh, and he defeated Hezbollah Ahmadi, 97-92 in the undercard. He won his last 2 fights by stoppage. His sole career losses against Eric Robles Ayala. Then we have Daniel Lappin versus Dylan Collin. That's, I think, light heavy. Lappin's 10-4, and he's going to fight this other guy, 14-0. That's Dylan Collin, and I guess it's could be a step up for one of them. And then we have another heavy action. Andrei Novitsky and Edgar Ramirez. So Novitsky's 13-0 with 10 KOs, and Edgar Ramirez 10-1-1, 4 KOs. I'm not sure about either of those two guys. Then we have another heavyweight one, Mohammed Alikal versus Joshua Ocampo. So this guy's 1-0, and he's going to fight, I guess, a tomato can. He's 8-33-5 with 6 KOs, so he's quite the tomato can. Despite controversy and changes on the other card, there's still plenty of intrigue and promises to keep us entertained. Blah 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 blah. So that's pretty much the whole card there. All right, so that's pretty much the whole card. And myself, I think what's going to happen is Fury's going to go after him, like he said. I don't think he's bluffing. I mean, there's an outside possibility he's bluffing him, and he's going to just dance even more. But I think he's going to go after him. I think he should go after him and try to overpower him. He's got the size advantage, and this guy is a kind of a cruiserweight. You know, I mean, he didn't beat Joshua, but Joshua's washed up, so that wasn't really anything. And he beat Fury, and Fury's kind of up there, but also Ursuk's up there himself. So, but Joshua's kind of like shop worn, you know. I don't know about Fury. We'll find out at this fight. I think if Fury loses handily, then he's pretty much, you know, kind of a high-paid palooka at that point. Or maybe we'll fight Klitschko, you know. I mean, those denials could have been just to throw people off. I mean, there's rumors he's going to fight Joshua also. I mean, he could do that and retire, or he could try to go after Du Bois. There's a lot of different ways it could go. All right, everybody, that pretty much wraps it up for today. That is our Tyson Fury Usyk extravaganza, going over all things Usyk and Fury. Feel free to like or join, what do they call follow the word, like, follow, and donate if you're some kind of a sheik or a wannabe sheik, or you just got some money to burn on a worthy project. You know, you can donate it to us somehow. We may be doing a watch party, Yorgi and I. Still, just check your local listings in the Rumbleverse and party on with me and Yorgi. Yorgi will probably be there, and we'll do the watch party if we do it. But it's not as etched in stone that we won't. I'm kind of up in the air about it. I think it's going to be a good match. I may do it, but you'll have another option if we do. Just keep your eyes on your local Rumbleverse listings, and we'll see you next time on the Boxing Autopsy extravaganza.